Darian, I mean, obviously today is a huge day for women's soccer. Just as a younger player, what's your reaction to it?
I'm really excited. I think, I'm happy they got what they've been fighting for a really long time. And, hopefully it's a trickle-down effect and this is just the start and it goes down to the leagues and internationally they can see, what's being done and, women can just start getting fair game in sports.
Growing up, how much did you look up to the U.S. women's soccer team?
Oh, a ton. Michelle Akers. I had a signed picture of Michelle Akers in my room when I was a kid growing up because she did a camp in Utah when I was a kid. So I always watched Dare to Dream with my mom whenever before a tournament or something. So I looked up to them a ton. It's always been my motivation.
How crazy is it having her be your coach now?
That was insane when they announced it. Well, Amanda told me before because I know Amanda from college, and I was so excited. I actually couldn't believe it, and I didn't even know that they had a field named after her over here. It's funny how it all has kind of come together.
And speaking for you and just the UCLA connections as well from college, I mean, you're basically your entire college coaching staff is here as well. How crazy is that?
It's really funny, and each of our stories getting here, it's pretty bizarre. We all were like, oh, the universe works in crazy ways, but it really does. That Alini wanted to move back, Amanda was at UCF for X amount of years and came here, and Sam was exploring options, and Amanda asked her to come, and Megan Oyster's one of my best friends, and the fact that she's also on the team is just really, really cool.
How do you think everything's coming together so far in practice?
It's good. The first week is always jitters, the ball's kind of moving crazy, everyone's overworking, and I think we're really defining how we want to play, how we want to defend, and it's just giving us a lot of confidence to keep building and moving up.
As one of the veteran players on this team, this team is a lot of young players, a lot from UCLA and USC, California, etc. How are you kind of embracing the more of a veteran role on this team as a forward?
I guess I'm embracing it in a way where, I'm very much about energy. We can make mistakes. Soccer's a game of mistakes. Also be a really boring game to watch. So as long as we can control our effort and our work rate, what we're putting into practice, and how we're reacting to things that do go our way or don't go our way, that's what I try to have influence on, and just maintaining that energy all through training, through my voice, through my actions, however I can help.
In the last 3 years, you've been in all Reigns, KC.
And everywhere.
Me too. In Australia and also Paris. How much they help you that different type of soccer to mature and bring it to Orlando?
Yeah, I think being able to travel a lot and get different coaching has been amazing, and especially coming from France back to the US, I think it was a challenge when I first got there. It's just a much more tactical, technical game. You have more time on the ball to make smarter decisions, which from the US I'm not used to. We're usually go, go, go. That's what people think about this league. So that definitely changed my perception of being more of a footballer, I think, and kind of slowing down a little bit more and appreciating time on the ball, and not forcing things so much. So I think it added a lot to my game, being able to play under different coaches, different players, different countries.
Casey Curran is doing the preseason in Bradenton. Have you had a chance to talk to him before? I mean, are you going to face him?
A couple weeks. I've talked to a few of my friends on the team. This year's things seem to be going great for them, so I'm really happy and looking forward to seeing them and us getting a NWSL game under our belt before a Challenge Cup starts.
I have two quick questions for you. Just talking about that preseason game, how excited are you to have that open game in front of the fans next week and get your first game as a Pride player at Explorer Stadium?
Oh, I'm excited. You know what? It's funny. Every year I actually look forward to coming to Orlando. It's my favorite stadium to play in. So the fact that I got picked up here, I'm stoked about. And the fact I get to play my old team, a lot of my old friends, is really exciting. And for our first home game, I think it's kind of perfect poetry.
Last question for you. You have been at multiple clubs. Just how has Orlando been for you so far? What stood out to you being part of this club and sort of the setup here?
Orlando's been great. Every day I'm like, damn, I love Orlando, because never have I been on a team where practice field, lunch, treatment, gym, activation is all in the same spot, which it's really rare for an NWSL team. So I think that's just been great, and it makes it feel really professional. And you're not here for longer than you need to be, but everything you need is right here if you need to be here for a while. And it's just really refreshing to feel like a professional.